I gotta get closer. I gotta get real close. I meet him cause singing Nino. So if singing melody can't have a song, why can't singing Nino have a song? You tell me. Why is it I don't see my live on here? Wow.
Because I have to disconnect everything to get up.
Okay. I guess you're connected to the life support unit.
You gotta learn sometime.
Well, not asking to be taught, just saying. I am just here chilling, maxing, and relaxing. I am just here chilling, maxing, and relaxing. Do you guys have any clue what an ignoramus is? I soon tell you. Ooh, we got some action. What's happening, people? Just there, chill out, and just decided that, hey, it's a Saturday morning. You know, it's the day after Good Friday. And what usually happens, yeah, I don't know if you guys watched my live yesterday, but yesterday being Good Friday, there's a lot of fish being prepared, a lot of fried fish, bun and cheese, you know the deal. So the morning after the morning, what have we here? I decided that I'm just gonna get me some fish. I'm gonna recreate some fish, reconstruct, and make another dish of it. And in the midst of doing that, I'm also going to be frying some plantain. As some people call it plantain, but since you know I said mountain, it's not a plantain, it's a plantain. All right, so big up on yourself. So, in any event, let me just kind of get us started here. Fry up some of the plantain. And I've got some BAMMY. And if you guys are familiar with BAMMY, I've got a packet. See that BAMMY do? See that BAMMY do? All right, so I've got my BAMMY. Picked this up from the West Indian market this morning. All right, but I've also, interestingly enough, I have the BAMMY soaking in some up on herself. I got the BAMMY soaking in milk. Now it's just regular 2% milk. And the reason being is that the BAMMY itself is kind of dry. It's a very dry, starchy type of product that's made from cassava, and all the liquid has been squeezed out of the cassava, and they use the dry portion of it to formulate the BAMMY. So that in itself, it requires some rehydration. Okay, we need to get it hydrated all over again. So in doing so, it's probably not a bad idea to use milk as.
Sub.
What's that?
You got a new sub? Are you looking at your?
I've got a new. Wow, go on, big up on yourself.
Wild 7 Adventure.
Wild 7 Adventure, just checking in. Hello, just sub. Wicked and Wild. Really appreciate that, Wild 7 Adventure. Thank you for joining. We appreciate you. And so having the BAMMY and have it rehydrated. Some people want to also use coconut milk. And again, the coconut milk being what it is, it adds some body and some texture and some added flavor to the whole thing, right? So I got my plantain, I got my BAMMY, and of course I've got my fish. I got a whole pan of fish here, guys. I'm going to give you a little inside glimpse. This is to the fish that was prepared last evening. Take a look onto the deliciousness that we've got there. We got our fish rocking, all right, loving it up. And just move it.
Taylor.
Hey, what's going on there? What's happening? Yes, man, big up on yourself. We appreciate you guys coming in. Yvonne Taylor, what's going on, Yvonne Taylor? Nice of you to join us this morning. We appreciate that. Don't forget to give us that thumbs up and call a friend to call a friend to call a friend. Saturday morning, see what Nino and Lowe's cooking up in the kitchen. All right, just come check us out. I want to start getting this plantain together. This is a process. So once again, my plantain, and I'm just going to remove the two stems here at the end. Not a whole lot you can do with those. So I'm just kind of moving along here, as well as keeping an eye on all my peeps that are chiming in. But where's everybody? What, Yvonne, you hungry? Yes, Yvonne, we soon feed you. We soon feed you, Yvonne. So we'll have the food ready for you. I have my little Dutch pot here as well. I'm going to be putting the fish in the Dutch pot and make it go on nice up and things. So, Yvonne, where are you chiming in from? What city you're in, what town, what country? Let us know where you guys are from. I want to know.
Where's Wild Adventure from?
Wild Adventure.
Where's nobody from?
Where's nobody? Yeah, nobody. Nobody. Where you come from? Wild Adventure. Which part is it? Talk to us. Guys, you know, just like how you guys are, you have people lurking in the background. You know, you have Loa lurking at the background like she have teeth and I make like the night.
Is that
Eh? A lurk. Brampton. What you say? Brampton. Big up America. Where is Jamaica? Is Jamaica really a place?
Yvonne met us a few weeks ago.
Met you a few weeks ago. Big up yourself, Yvonne. We respect and we love that. Keep meeting us, keep spreading the love because you see over here, so Yvonne, are pure vibes. We don't deal with nothing but vibes. Vibes. One of my nose. The man say I'm out. Vibes Cartel have the lyrics. The man have the lyrics, Yvonne. So Yvonne, what are you up to this morning? What are you preparing for breakfast or have you had breakfast already? What you cook this morning? Yeah? Tell me, say you have your soup on the stove ready and go on. Tell me. I will believe you. Yeah, man. We just go on pan a solo, a pure solo me I do this morning. You know, so last time I did a solo, I got some people out. I showed me some love and, you know, nice up the things. And I said, Nino. Yeah, I share me out. Yeah, share me out like me at dinner. Me look like dinner to you. Go on, share me out. All right. Let me see what I go on. I'm going to put some oil in this thing. And one of those things, because yesterday when we finished frying up all our fish, Yvonne, I don't know if you and Wild 7. Yes, Mr. Jankovic, Mr. Stefan Jankovic, welcome to the channel, welcome to the show. Yes, man, welcome to the show. So yesterday when we did the fish, we had, I was asked the question, what do you do with the oil after? Well, I'm not sure because the all right, I'm gonna use a little bit of the oil here. It looks delicious. Cool down, and then I poured it back into the jug just to preserve it and ensure that if I decide to dispose of it, I have it contained. All right. So I'm gonna just start off here. Got a little speck here in my oil. Let me just get that out of there. And I do that just to see if I can, you know, either preserve the oil if I decide to keep it or put it in a container where I can properly dispose of it. So I've got it here, but in looking at the clarity of this, it looks good. All right, Mr. Jankovic from Serbia. Welcome, my brother from Serbia. Glad to have you here. I hope you're turning everybody else on to Nino and Lo. Tell all your friends about us over here in Canada. You know, far away Serbia reaching out. We appreciate having you, Mr. Steven. Thank you for checking in on us. All right. So I just turned my burner on. See if I can get some plantain going. I've got my BAMMY here. You know, I'm going to do something interesting because I might need to, I'm going to get another bowl and I'm going to cut up another BAMMY as I've got a second one there. I think I'm going to need a second one. So I've got it here. And what I'm going to do, I normally just cut it in 6 pieces. So you just get it on your board flat. All right, so as you have it in 2 halves, the idea here is just to measure up and take out 1 square out of each piece and leave the others intact. This way you get as even as possible of cuts. And just knife right across again. And now I've got all 6 pieces. Put them in a bowl. And the reason I'm using this type of bowl is that I don't have to use as much milk. All I have to do is ensure that there's enough milk there to just come right up to the top. All right, just your regular 2% or homogenized or 1% milk, whatever you got. Just enough in there to kind of cover it. And that in itself is going to reconstitute it because it's a fairly dry product. So it's just going to soak in that oil and create that moisture all over again. And the moisture in there is going to allow for a really delicate eat. All right, let me get my plantain in the oil here.
Check your thing.
All right, what we got here? Protect you seek him absolutely always with all your heart. Welcome to the program, Protect Yours. Big up yourself on this Saturday morning. They're ready some plantain for breakfast. All right, just gonna cut the plantain and just, I don't want to make the oil too hot because I want to be able to get a nice golden crust on there. Fry it until it's golden brown. So I'm probably at around an 8 on the high scale. And you just cut slices and just drop it in the oil. Now I could certainly put a few more in here, but I'm not going to do that for the simple sake of sometimes when you overcrowd your pot too much, the item doesn't get time to fry properly or to get nice golden crust on it properly because it's too crowded. And remember that each time that you put something in the oil, it really drops the temperature, maybe a degree or two. So you got to give it some time to kind of bring it back up to the proper temperature. So guys, don't forget to like up the video as you come in. We appreciate that. Give us a thumbs up. All right, like it up, give us a thumbs up, as well as show us some love by tapping twice on the screen. So I just keep a close eye on it because being on the burner, it can get a little beyond golden brown rather quickly. So we're just gonna take our time with that and get it. You guys can see what's going on there, and just get a nice golden crust on there. Look at that. So what are you guys up to today? Yvonne, I know it's a lovely day outside. I just kind of poked my head outside, and it feels like about 20 plus degrees out there. So, I want to get some breakfast in and then probably go outside in the yard and do some yard work. Let me know what you guys have planned for this afternoon, or, my good friend there over in Serbia, you're probably looking to go to sleep soon. Your time difference might be opposite to ours. I'm just kind of flipping it back and forth here just to kind of get that lovely golden on there. Good vibes, where you say good vibes? Big up yourself. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, man. We love having you here. Thank you very much for chiming in. You see this planting now? I get a little ticklish now. I get a little too brown. So let me slowly start removing them. In doing so, I just got to pull the pan off the burner just to kind of ease back on the process and the cooking of it, so I can just safely remove it from the pan. Yeah, nice golden brown, nice colors happening there. Just pull that in there so you guys can see that. Nice golden brown. So now my pan is still nice and warm. So because I know the pan is just really heating up, I want to just keep the pan off the burner while I put the next batch in, because there's enough heat in there to get this started. Even though the temperature is going to drop, you can see I put it in there and it's still sizzling. So I now know that there's enough heat in that pan to get it started. I don't need to keep it on the burner to put the next batch in. Piece just kind of flaking off. But each one you put in, the sizzle gets less and less, which means it's just grabbing onto that heat that's in the pan. All right, so look, it's great. Now I can put it back on the burner. La 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 la. What we have a going on? Good vibes, nice seeing you. Nice seeing you cook. Hey, what's going on, Pink Saw? Big up yourself. Hi and hello, good morning on this illustrious Saturday morning, the day after Good Friday. And what I'm trying to do here, guys, just cook up some fish the day after. Just kind of reconstitute the fish from yesterday. I had some fried fish, but I'm gonna nice it up, add a little bit of extra flavoring to it, and then we can move on. I also have here some BAMMY. I'm gonna fry up some BAMMY. Let that move along, move along. It's nice having you guys here, though. Wicked and wild. I'm still very curious to know how this is going to, the actual flavor deep down in it, the actual flavor I'm going to get from these plantain, as I'm actually using or reusing the oil I used to fry my fish yesterday. So rather than chucking it out, because it's not just oil, it was oil that was flavored. All right. So what I did was, while I was frying the fish, I dropped an onion, clove of garlic, some thyme leaves, as well as Scotch bonnet pepper in there, so I can get some really nice flavors that kind of getting to know each other. So you want to see the party that was in the pot yesterday. All the spices are dancing, all the herbs are dancing and having one heck of a time. But the fish fry was awesome. The flavor from the fish was awesome. It was just a great time. All right, so I'm just happy with this, the way this is looking right now. Nice and golden. I don't want it to get any further, so I just remove my pan. Just slide it off the burner and start removing the plantain, because these are just, they may not be perfect, but they're the closest thing to perfect. How's that? Yeah, man. Oh, I don't like the way that one looked. That one could take a little bit more. I can kind of leave that one to brown a little bit more. I think because this piece is a little thicker as well, but it's coming along. Just kind of, bounce it a bit against the side, get rid of any excess oil that's on there. What else we got going on here? Pink Saw. So where the people them now? I'm gonna call up a friend now and tell them to chime in to Nino and Low. Just ring up a friend. It's no point knowing that this treasure is out there and not share it with some of your closest friends. Argue with some of the people that like. Call them and introduce them. You might end up liking them because they have the same interests. I'm gonna be putting in the BAMMY in the oil now. So before I do that though, I want to pour off some of this oil, because I've got a bit here. You'd actually require a little bit more in order to fry the plantain. So I'm going to leave a little bit of oil in the bottom of that. And to that, I'm going to add some margarine. And in any case, you can add butter. I think I have some butter in here as well. Let me just double check. Boy, why aren't I surprised that the butter isn't here? Oh, the butter is here. And you know what, guys? Here I am. I was just about to accuse my granddaughter because she's been on this kick about eating butter. And she's been taking the butter, dipping her finger in the butter, and then trying to put it on a cracker. And I'm trying to explain to her that you cannot eat butter like that. But at 3 years old, can't tell her much. She's gonna try it. So yeah, I found the butter. So I'm just gonna cut a piece. You can use margarine, you can use butter, right? And I just want to put a little piece in there, and I don't want it. And you know, part of the reason why I removed the pan from the stove. Now, when you put the butter in there, look at that. Just the sheer fact that the pan itself is hot, it's gonna melt the butters. You don't really ever put it on the burner to get that kind of action, right? That kind of action is gonna come about, right? So this way the butter is not melted like fast and get burnt and change color. I'm just gonna pour the excess milk. You know what? Before I pour the excess milk off and away, let me just pour it in the other bowl. That way you can go on at least doing some work while I wait. Okay? And I'm now gonna put my BAMMY in the oil. Right? One by one. Put my BAMMY in the oil, and I'm gonna get those nice and golden brown as well. Look at that. Now it's probably not a bad idea to kind of agitate it a bit, just to kind of move it around so it doesn't really stick on the bottom, and you can get some of that butter and oil combination to kind of get underneath it. And when you do that, it'll make life so much easier when it's time to move it around. All right, so in the midst of doing that, I am going to get a piece of my fish. Maybe I'm going to turn this burner down just a bit, because I want this to just just to get a nice little crust on the outside. But in doing so, I'm going to get the fish, put my fish in my Dutch pot. Let me bring over the fish. Gonna cast the wagwan. There's my fish from yesterday. I'm gonna take a fish, and I am going to go in. I have a special fish here, and the reason is that a friend of mine at that has a fish market, he gave me this one and another, and he said, those are specially for you. Those are for you, my friend. All right. So let me just kind of break this in half, and the reason I'm breaking it in half is just so it can fit properly in the frying pan. Let me see. I gotta find another one, just for the sake of it. There's another. I think that's enough, right? What do you think? I got some onions and some peppers and all this goodies here. I'm just gonna throw that in. And don't think that you can't eat this by itself. You can eat this as is. If you like cold fish or you want to put it in the microwave, by all means. I'm just kind of getting some of that. I've got carrots. I've got assortment of peppers. I've got onions, fresh thyme. All right. I see the BAMMY right next to me. I want with things. So let me just kind of flip my BAMMY. Oh. And the BAMMY is getting a little dark, and it might need a little bit more oil and butter combination in there. So let me just kind of flip it, remove it off the burner, and do some flip here so I can get the other side. And even though I turn the stove down, I can see where it's kind of getting a little ticklish. So let me just put a little bit more of the magic moisture in there. I'm gonna put it right in the center, right in the middle. And cut me off a piece of this butter. I'm just gonna put that right in the middle. Just leave it off the burner for a minute there. I like how the fish is, yeah man, the fish itself is fried nice and dry. So then you have options. You have options. There's some people that prefer just to have their fish dry. There's others that like to have the various ingredients on top. You get options there. So what I'm gonna do, just turn the burner down a little bit more just to kind of get that going. I'm just gonna add a few things to my my fish pot here. I've got, let me see what I'm gonna add. This, watch that. All kind of goodies I have here that I'm gonna add. I'm just gonna run through them with you. I'm gonna run through them with you guys. I'm gonna add a little bit. Let me just pull this off to the side for a bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of the Sister Maggie. Sister Maggie I always go good. I'm trying to create a little bit of gravy, some moisture. Probably about a teaspoon of that. I'm gonna add some. I've got some oyster sauce here. Just gonna add a bit of oyster sauce. And again, this is just added flavor, right? Just putting a little bit of added flavor, maybe a teaspoon, not too much, of the oyster sauce. Now I like the taste of the Orient. I love the taste of the Orient. It blends very well with what I'm doing here. I've got some sesame seed oil. It always gives a nice fragrance. You're talking about a teaspoon of sesame seed oil just for flavor, and some Jamaican gravy. I call this Jamaican gravy because Jamaicans seem to put this on just about anything that they're cooking. So put a little Jamaican gravy on it. All right. And again, cooking is all about balance. So you don't want to overpower it with any one thing. Just try and create a balance when you're adding your sauces or your watch it. Well, I'm so careless. I'm just kind of leaned the thing on my shirt and got I'm wearing a white shirt. All right. So in doing that, I want to get a little bit of water. Okay. A little bit of water there, and I just want to put the water in there. It's going to create a whole lot of steam, and it's going to go on, and just cover it up and let it ride. All right, just kind of pull my my BAMMY back onto the stove. I can now focus all my energy on the BAMMY because the fish is already there doing its thing. Fish is doing its thing, and let me not cheat the fish. Boy, what a man can use butter. Put a little butter in the fish. Make it go on. That's it. Can't go wrong. Alright. So get the BAMMY going. As you can see, right? See the colors there? And the BAMMY itself is just coming along nicely. I turned the burner up a little bit more, just so we can get a nice brown crust on there. And again, the brown crust that you're going to get on there, it all depends on what you want. What is your preference? Alright? All depends on your preference. Have it lighter, it's entirely up to you. It's entirely up to your preference and what you want. It's your dish. You're the one that's cooking. You're cooking it for yourself. You don't cook it the way other people want you to cook it. Cook it the way you want to cook it. Because it's all about you. And this is the time to get selfish. I say, me no business with nobody. It's just all about me. Because cooking food and eating food is such an individualized thing. It's an individualized preference that somebody has. Saying, this is how I like certain things. This is how I like, and that is my preference. So if you start learning how to cook and how to eat based on what you want, you'll be a lot happier. Because cooking and eating is about happiness. Makes you happy. So whatever makes you happy, that you must do. Watch that. You know, sometimes I love to see a nice golden, dark color on my BAMMY, and other times I like to see it a little lighter. So again, it comes back to preference. Comes back to what you want. So I've got a few pieces here that's ready to come out, because I feel that there's a nice crust on there. as well as it's nicely cooked. Look at that. Let me just get this. I want to ensure I get this in the frame so you guys can see what's going on here. It's no point me cooking and you can't see, right? I want everybody to see what's going on. Just so when you make yours, you try to make it like this or even better, depending on what you want and what your preference is. Got my plantain there all fried up and ready to go. Yes, yes, sis. Wicked. I love all the hearts, guys. Give me some love. Show me some love. Bring them hearts out. All right. Get my BAMMY. Now, what I'm going to do with this pan is very interesting because as you can see, you see all that happening in there, all that residue from all the cooking. Well, me don't want that in my next batch. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pour this oil back into the excess bowl that I have here. And I'm just going to just kind of freshen up the pot a little bit. Freshen up the pot with a little wash and get those little bits and pieces out of the bottom. Because if you don't do that, then it's going to affect the next batch. And I don't want anything. I want all the batches coming out to look the same. I don't want it to have, you know, little bits and pieces floating around. It's going to affect the appearance. So I want to get that going. And I can still get a little clarity of oil from this, the excess that we had, because all the other stuff is going to settle at the bottom, which is good. All right. So we're just going to put a little bit there. We're going to cut off some butter, as we did before. And we're just going to add that to the pan and allow the butter to dissolve. Watch her. Watch what I'm going to now. Woo, what a pan hot. Yeah, man, this thing I go on. You just got to try and flip them around. Right? And we get that going. I'm going to put a little bit more water in there, just a little bit more on the cover. All right. So there lies my next batch. I'm just going to pour the excess milk off, just like we did before. To get ourselves all set up to get the pieces in the pan. And back onto the burner she goes. On the live and where the people them there? And where my people? Listen, you guys need to call a friend because I don't like when you're not forward enough. Look forward in the place no man, come see what I go on and Nino and look. What's going on? What's happening there? What? My God, Sangul, Yilmaz. What go on, sir? Big up yourself. Enough love. Enough love here. Thanks for joining me. Where are you hitting me up from there, Sangul? Yilmaz? Mr. Canal, where are you hitting me up from? Where are you from? What country are you in? Casey Jones, Wagwan, yeah man. Wicked Sangul, okay. Berklerum, yes man, big up yourself. Casey, welcome to the channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Give me a thumbs up there, guys. Show me some love, show me some likes. Show me some wonderful things, yeah. You see that? is already coming in looking for food. They're like squirrels in the middle of the night. Gracias, mi amigo, gracias. Welcome, wagwan and welcome. We can big up yourself, Sango. Nice, nice. Gracias. ¿Cómo está, mi amigo?
This sewer lock. That's sewer lock.
La 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 la. Just getting a nice golden crust on these ones. I've actually turned the burner down a little bit more, just to allow it to just kind of, you know, dance and sing around and just celebrate, because it's all about a celebration. It's all about food. Food is a celebration, guys. A celebration of life, celebration of niceness, and we just have to embrace it. I hope everyone is having a wonderful Easter weekend. Just give you a little glimpse inside of the pot here. The pot, the bubbly. I'll give you a glimpse inside of that. Whoa. See that? Let me just bring it around here and give you a glimpse of what's going on with the fish. All right. The fish is almost ready. It's just sitting there. Just going to cover that up. Ay, ay, ay. Mucho caliente. All right, so we've got the BAMMY just kind of frying away. Little pieces of crumb there. I don't want that in there. Any excess is gonna just create burning sensation. Yes, I'm good. Yes, I am Nino. Mi amigo, mi amor Nino. All right. La 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 la. All right, let me just turn all my burners off here because these things are pretty much. No, funny enough though, when you look at your pan and you see that your whatever it is you're frying is almost done, and you turn the burner off, you got to remember that it is still frying or it's still cooking, whatever it is doing, because the pan is still hot. The temperature is still pretty high under the pan, so you got to keep an eye on it. So if you decide to leave it on the burner, ensure that you still keep an eye on it, because even though the temperature is reducing, it's still frying. It's still creating that nice brown crust, which I've just turned my burner off. I'm just going to let it sit there for a bit. I might have to flip it a couple of times because it's still going. But we're almost ready to plate this. Amiga, okay. Hello, mi amiga. Hello. Muchas gracias, mi amiga. Da 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 da. What's going on? What? Virtuous? Oh, virtuous hoos. Welcome. Bless up, cuz. Big up yourself every time. Enough love. Enough love. Sangul, where are you from, mi amiga? What country you're from? All right, you know, funny enough how I have these ones just sitting there. I'm going to try and fit as many one of these back in there as I can. The reason being is that because they're out for a bit, they might have gotten a little warmer or a little colder. So I want to just kind of put a little bit of heat back in it. Nothing wrong with that. I've got the pan on the stove. The pan's got some heat. Just kind of warm things up a bit. Just keep it warm. So this way your dish and everything that you do is going to be nice and hot. There's no point eating cold food. Hot food is even better. Sound good, very nice. Oh, bread full? What is that?
I can get one of you up the pan. I can just pull it up the pan.
Is that breadfruit?
I can just pull it
Yeah,
up
you
the
can
pan.
just take that out.
Take two of them, yo.
Breadfruit.
Nah, man, I'll buy me this.
Yes, breadfruit. Yes. One of these days, I'm going to do some breadfruit. I'm gonna do some breadfruit so you can see the breadfruit. All right.
Virtuous food says bless up fuzzy.
Yes, virtuous. Enough love, man. Every time. Every time. Bless up, you guys. I love the love I'm getting here. Love the love. Share the share, though. Can you see when you get love and blessings? You have to share love and blessings with others. That's the way the world works. You get love, you share love. You get blessings, you share blessings. And you know what happens when you share that blessing, the blessing will always come back around. So I'm just gonna be plating this up now. Alright. So for me, I'm just gonna maybe about three pieces.
Food ready.
Food
Food ready. Food ready.
The food is ready. The food is on point. So I got about 3 of them there now. You will always notice, guys, when I plate stuff, I'm gonna plate nothing on the edge of the plate. You know, okay? I said this is called the edge of the plate. There shouldn't be any food on there. Alright? So let me get a few pieces of plantain here. 3 pieces of plantain. Alright? And I'm gonna get my fish. Let me just get a spoon.
This looks so good. Wagwan chat.
Bring up yourself every time.
I'm just stealing some food.
They always seem to come around when the food is ready. You want a fish? You want a fish what?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter?
I'm going to take it apart anyway.
Alright,
It's not for me. Thank you, sir.
Alright, so I've got my fish here. Look at that. Get some fish happening. Gonna put some of that vegetable on there. And you know what? Not a bad idea to probably give a little bit of the gravy to the BAMMY, so the BAMMY can soak up the gravy. So that in itself, guys, just remove this. Sangol. Yes man, last grad cuz. Yeah, Yvonne. Yvonne is shouting out to Lo. Good to see you, Lo.
Hey, Yvonne.
Ginta Wagwan. Way to go, brother Nino says Ginta. Big up yourself, Ginta. Enough love.
I'm just
coming all the way from
food.
Dominica. Holy pa love. Right now we're just cooking up some BAMMY and some plantain.
You guys know what
and
this
look at
is,
this one
right?
here.
This is the cassava, the BAMMY.
Cassava.
Can you put a little bit of gravy on mine?
Oh, look at
Chicken.
this. Look at this.
No, you have
Chicken.
a spoon. Oh, sorry.
Chicken. See
Not
that?
chicken. Not chicken.
You mean
not
chicken?
You know what I mean.
She calls it a chicken.
You know what I mean.
You call it like Popeye's favorite food, chicken.
Chicken. Okay, thank you.
All right, there you go.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so there I've got, just removed these from the pan. I've got my plantain. I made some plantain along with some BAMMY.
You say it tastes good to see? Where you gonna eat and do your camera?
Oh, I'm probably gonna do it. I don't
Right here
know.
on the counter?
Yeah, probably right there on the counter.
You just have to flip your camera.
As you guys can see, that's my breakfast. There's my breakfast. And you know what? I was thinking earlier about making some tea, but I think I'm gonna forego that this morning because I was gonna prepare a tea. I was gonna prepare a tea with soursop leaf because I've got some soursop leaf here, and you know they say there's a lot of medicinal value that's in soursop leaf. So I was going to do that, but in any event, let me just flip my camera around.
Now you're getting your cover when you're done.
Okay, let me flip up. Hang on, guys. Technical difficulty. Let me just flip up. Sorry, just bear with me for a minute. Just flipping my camera around. But you guys can be a part of the whole tasting, eating, you know, all that stuff. But because the camera is attached to the counter. Can you hold this for me? I might be able to hold this while I do this. Because I'm not able to
Hey guys, who do we got here?
not
Songul,
able to flip that around. All right,
Yvonne
so
Taylor, Ginter Smith. All right, here, what are you
there we
doing?
go. Let me just kind of wipe my brow here.
This is what he's got. This is his breakfast of champions. All right.
All right, so I've got, as you can see, I don't want nothing in your way blocking you. Tip it down, babe, so we can see.
Are you gonna screw that? Because I'm not standing here.
Oh, you want me to screw it?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh me. I thought you were being helpful.
Oh no, I can't be helpful.
This thing is
Oh
not.
my goodness. Can I? These people are getting dizzy.
No, I don't want them to. All right. I think because I screwed this on a little too tight, so it's kind of hard to get it back on there. Well, you know, so this taste test is a 2-second deal instead of trying to.
There we go.
I have this little contraption, guys, that.
All right. Okay, guys. Sorry for the kerfuffle here, but all right. Let's just lean up the camera. How about we do this? There we go.
Well, leaning up the camera, you're gonna do one thing. You're gonna be seeing my big pocket here. But yeah, that's just a sign that the man has been eating some good food. All right. So anyway, so this is my creation here, guys. I've got fried plantain with BAMMY as well as fried fish, and that's what I've created for my breakfast. I'm just gonna go down. You guys can only imagine what this tastes like because it's just yum yum. As I was gonna say, you see this thing here? Remember now, it is called plantain. No, plantain. Unless when you're calling mountain, you call it mountain. And I know you don't, so.
You know what the trick with that is?
Plantain. See?
Check this. Listen.
What's that? What's the trick?
When it's a noun, it's tin. When it's a verb, it's tame. So you maintain when it's a mountain. A mountain, plantain.
You guys hear that
When it's
explanation?
a verb, it's to maintain or to sustain or to, you know?
Mm.
But if it's a noun, so for everyone who says plantain, or everyone who says plantain,
Try some of the BAMMY.
a plantain.
The BAMMY is really good with that sauce from the fish. So the BAMMY being
You know that one?
a very neutral taste, kind of like tofu neutral, you know, kind of like the same texture as well. You just get some of that gravy from the fish, and you just soak that up. Absolutely delightful. I love this. This is really good. What a way to spend a Saturday morning. Create Milica create, eat Milica eat, and be happy. And then once I finish here, go out in the yard work, under some work. Thank you, Sangul. Appreciate it.
It sucks that people end up like that, but it's something you're born
I love that. Thank you so much, Yvonne. Thanks for supporting Ginta. All you guys that are out there in the weeds, bless up on yourself.
Then they slowly came back with his mom.
Mm.
It's good.
Yeah, because now
But you still have to go, you still have to go.
yeah, he went through some.
I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Have a fabulous day. Be blessed. Be productive. As we're checking out. All right. Enjoy the rest of your time. Thanks for stopping by. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon at 4:30, we're going to be at the Informa window. Nino and Lowe's going to be at the Informa window 4:30 tomorrow. Be there or be square. I mean, no, so the whole on go there. So when you come, bring a friend and bring a friend and bring all of my cousin down to the mother-in-law, sister-in-law, cousin-in-law, neighbor, everybody. Bring all the dog for sit down and watch. All right? Bring everybody out because we're going to love it. Peace out. Have a blessed day. I'm out. Oh, sorry. What Vibes Cartel said? What on my nose? I'm out. See ya.
You should have stayed there.